Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Moran. I'm the author of the Believers superhero novel, and today we'll be reading chapter 5. And I'm going to share the screen as usual so you all can read along and enjoy. All right, here we are. Chapter 5 Test Run. Yo, Jerry, are you telling me you can do anything you want? Ryan asked in a challenging manner. As long as I believe it's possible, I can do it, Jerry replied. All right, then how about you join a college sports team? Jerry shook his head and said, I try to only use my powers for important things. Really? I think you're scared, Ryan retorted. What? Come on, that's not fair. I call it like it is, Jerry. You're telling me that you can't have fun every once in a while? All you do is school and work. Change up your life a bit, and you'll love it. Jerry thought about it for a moment and wanted to say no, but he could feel Ryan's intense emotions. Ryan really wanted this to happen. He wanted Jerry to have fun and show off his powers. Not wanting to disappoint his good friend, Jerry threw caution to the wind, gave in, and said, Fine, I'll give it a shot. Just for you, Ryan. It was now present day, 2019, Jerry's first year in college. He did not know much about his school's sports teams and had to investigate online. He gathered information about all the available sports teams and eventually decided to join the track team. Tryouts consisted of a 3-day elimination process with multiple events. Jerry purchased a reliable pair of white running shoes with flames in the sides from the nearby sports store and made sure to get a good night's sleep. The next morning, Jerry arrived at his local university for tryouts. There were not many people watching, but there were hundreds of students trying out. They were all excited, pushing each other around, telling jokes, bragging about their capabilities, and stretching in preparation for tryouts. All the runners wore short shorts except Jerry. The atmosphere weirded him out. He was not used to it. Ever since he was young, he purposely stayed away from sports so he would not hurt anyone with his powers. Watching sports on TV with his dad was one thing. Being a player was completely different and awkward for Jerry. The first day was rough. Running long distance just was not Jerry's forte. He had to run 3 miles in the scorching heat. After a few laps around the track, Jerry grew tired and bored, preferring activities with more action and adrenaline. As a result, he did not do very well and felt that trying out for the track team was a mistake. However, he promised Ryan he would give it a shot, so he endured the first day and hoped the next day would be better. The second day involved field events such as long jump, high jump, and discus. Jerry performed surprisingly well, making longer and higher jumps than everyone else. The coach rushed over to congratulate Jerry after he nearly missed the sand pit in the long jump. Most students landed in the middle, reaching a total distance of 18 feet. Jerry, however, landed at the very end for a total distance of 30 feet. Next, he approached the discus, a metal circular disc that weighs about 4 pounds. He picked it up like a baseball and launched it into the air. Nobody cared until the discus kept going and sailed across the entire field. Students watched with awe as the discus almost hit a car in the parking lot. Students were amazed, and the coach was beside himself. He did not know what to think. He knew this type of thing was not possible for any normal person. He had dozens of questions in his mind, yet all he could say aloud was, Holy moly, we got a superstar. Forget college. You could go to the Olympics. This set off a wave of rumors that swiftly reached the ears of all the other sports coaches, students, and faculty members. The third day of trials was a fiasco. Everyone showed up as if the college was paying people to be there. Students, sports coaches, teachers, and even the dean all appeared to watch the epic trials unfold. Everyone wanted to see Jerry, the future Olympic athlete, according to the rumor. The university hastily hired vendors to sell food and merchandise, anything to make some kind of profit from this unplanned event. Many students arrived to participate in sprinting and relay events, all with high hopes, wearing their best equipment and stretching for the races. But they never stood a chance. Jerry had powers, and he promised Ryan he would use them. Feeling pumped and determined to win, Jerry used super speed and blasted by all his opponents. As he flew by other runners, his burst of speed created a tailwind that made everyone's clothing lift up and sway as he passed by. People in the audience were in an uproar, swearing that Jerry was on fire as he smoked past everyone. Jerry even beat out Kevin Baker, varsity captain of the track team. After the last race, Kevin stomped away to the locker room, cursing up a storm as everyone else applauded and cheered. Jerry, 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 Jerry. That night, Ryan called Jerry and started raving about what happened. Jerry, what's up? I saw you out there today. Everyone says you're the next big thing. Congrats. Yeah, thanks, buddy, Jerry replied modestly. You did say you could do anything. I guess you weren't kidding. Jerry sighed on the phone and said, I'm not sure this is such a great idea. Why not? Ryan asked. I'm attracting a lot of attention I don't want. What do you mean? After trials, all kinds of people wanted to talk to me. They came from all directions and asked 1,000 questions. They wanted to know how much I trained and how I learned to run so fast. I felt guilty because I didn't train at all. I won because of my powers. It felt like I cheated. Maybe I didn't deserve to win. Maybe trying out for sports was a mistake. Jerry rambled on until Ryan interrupted him. Stop freaking out, Jerry. It's all part of the game. People win and lose all the time. They'll get over it. Play hard, party hard, and hang out with cool people. Enjoy it, man. Speaking of that, I need you to come with me tonight. The football team invited me to a big party, and I don't want to go alone. Why not take Cynthia? Ryan asked. Parties aren't really her thing, and they're not mine either, but I don't want to be rude and not show up. I told her I'd bring you instead and call her after the party. So, can you come tonight? Sure, Jerry, no problem. I got your back. Ryan soon arrived at Jerry's house with a surprise. Since Jerry rarely went to parties, Ryan felt the need to supply the proper attire, a full outfit from head to toe. Having nothing to lose, Jerry tried it on, and looked at himself in the mirror. He was wearing a purple button dress shirt, a black and purple striped tie, black pinstripe pants, black dress shoes with pointed toes, and his grandfather's gold watch. Ryan even forced Jerry to gel his dark brown hair, making him look like a wannabe celebrity. Ryan felt impressed with his work, but Jerry started throwing a fit, saying, Ryan, you're kidding me, right? Do I really have to wear all this? Absolutely. If you're going out partying with me, you gotta look snazzy, Ryan answered with a grin. While Jerry was lost in his own thoughts, Ryan checked himself out in the mirror. He had short black hair, gelled up into spikes, and a swimmer's body, long arms, wide chest, and moderate muscles all around. He wore a dark blue pinstripe suit with a black undershirt, a white tie, and pointy black shoes. Jerry rarely wore fancy outfits. Ryan, however, was an expert in this kind of thing. After a bit of convincing, Jerry gave in to Ryan's whims and said, "Fine, but only this one time." Jerry took a selfie and sent it to Cynthia. She thought he looked like a gangster from the 1920s, classy and professional. She laughed and replied, "Have fun and call me later." Jerry hopped into Ryan's black BMW, and they arrived fashionably late to the party. It was a large, single-story home with a living area and backyard full of young people and booze. Everyone held a beer cup while talking, dancing, or playing games. Ryan grabbed a cup and jumped in right away, playing games and flirting with girls. But Jerry didn't join in. He enjoyed the night in his own way, mingling with new people, dancing, helping drunk people, and occasionally sitting down to relax. Someone actually challenged Jerry to a dance off, so he busted out with his signature move, a handstand with a 180-degree twist and foot grab. People began cheering, and Jerry thought he won for sure, until his opponent did a 720 spin on his head. Everyone went nuts, clearly agreeing the other guy won. So Jerry shook his hand and congratulated him. Jerry eventually grew bored and wanted to test himself. So he sat down on the floor in front of a giant speaker in the backyard. With the music blasting in his ears, Jerry began to calm his body and soul and soon entered a deep trance. Then he started looking around with his eyes closed. He saw colored auras flying around, each representing a different person in the backyard. Some auras were big and strong, overpowering others nearby. The strongest auras represented the most popular and outgoing people, the leaders. The small and weak auras were followers, those who say and do whatever the leaders want. A few minutes later, a powerful aura approached Jerry slowly. The figure almost seemed uncertain of what to say or do until he started pulling his arm back as if he were about to throw something. Instinctively, Jerry lifted his arms, and opened his hands at the perfect moment to catch a football, all with his eyes closed. He opened his eyes and said, "Hello." The person walked up close to him, extended an open hand, and pulled Jerry up onto his feet with ease. "I can't believe you caught the ball without looking. The boys said you could do anything, and I didn't believe them, but now I'm psyched. My name is Vaughn Grimes, quarterback and varsity captain of the football team." Vaughn was tall and strong, with short blonde hair. He had a big smile and wore his college football jacket with pride. He seemed excited and confident as he shook Jerry's hand, almost as if he already knew who Jerry was. "Nice to meet you, Vaughn," Jerry said. "Same to you, buddy. What do you think of my house?" Jerry looked around and replied, "Pretty sweet." "Thanks, man. So when do you join the football team?" "What are you talking about?" Jerry asked. "I heard you smoked everyone on the track team and figured you'd make a great running back or wide receiver." Jerry looked down, still feeling guilty about using his powers for sports, and said, "I don't know. I'm honestly not big on sports. I'm not even sure if I want to be on any team." "Oh, come on. It'll be fun. At least come meet the boys. Maybe you'll change your mind," Vaughn said with conviction. Unsure about the idea, but not wanting to disappoint Vaughn, Jerry agreed to meet his friends. They walked over to a group of people playing beer pong. They were tossing ping pong balls into cups and celebrating with yells and high fives every time someone scored. Vaughn told them to pause the game and meet Jerry. They all looked similar to Vaughn, big guys wearing football jackets, but Jerry could tell they looked up to Vaughn as a leader. Something about Vaughn made him stand out. It involved his red and orange, fiery aura, which felt strong and promising. Jerry knew there was more to Vaughn than he was letting on. Vaughn and his friends all exchanged greetings and then offered Jerry to join their beer pong game. Jerry did not like drinking beer, so he made a counteroffer. I've got a better idea, a challenge to be exact. Oh, really? What's your idea? The group asked. Jerry confidently explained. Set up 6 cups of beer for me, just like beer pong. I'll take shots at the cups, and each time I miss, I'll drink a cup of beer. But each time I make a shot, one of you has to drink. At the end, whoever has drunk the most cups loses. Everyone looked at each other and nodded, thinking it would be an easy win for them. They agreed. Okay, whatever you say, man. Jerry picked up a ping pong ball, closed his eyes, and concentrated for a moment. He could feel the cups in his mind and create a mental connection that only he could see. It looked like a bright red bridge with perfect trajectory leading to each cup. He soon opened his eyes and took the first shot, then the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. He successfully shot a ping pong ball into every beer cup, all without having to take a single drink of beer himself. Everyone was ecstatic, hooting and hollering, throwing up high fives, and celebrating Jerry's victory. Things were going well until Kevin Baker walked into the party with the whole track team. They were all tall and skinny, with lanky arms, tight shirts, and skinny jeans to show off their leg muscles. Normally, they would not be intimidating, but there were a lot of them, and Kevin was fuming. His eyes flared up, his teeth gritting with anger as he marched toward Jerry screaming, Yo, Jerry, who do you think you are? Nobody shows me up in front of my team. As Kevin drew closer, Jerry timidly replied, I didn't mean to. I just. Not only did you make a fool out of me, but now I hear you're joining the football team? No, no, that's not true. This is all just a misunderstanding, Jerry explained. Oh, I'll show you a misunderstanding with my fist. Kevin lunged forward and slugged Jerry across the face, knocking him back a few steps. Football players and track players all jumped into the fray, punching, kicking, and throwing each other into tables and chairs. Ryan noticed what was going on and tried reaching Jerry, but with all the chaos happening, Jerry looked at Ryan and yelled, Get out of here now! No way, man, we stick together. Believe in me and go, Jerry insisted. Jerry's muscles were tense and firm, his eyes unblinking and full of intensity. Ryan felt a moment of deja vu, as if he had seen Jerry this way before. Suddenly, Ryan had a flashback of what happened during their middle school years. He remembered how Jerry had lost control of his powers, and he had a feeling Jerry was trying to warn him this time before it was too late. Ryan reluctantly replied, All right, and made his way to the nearest exit. Jerry suffered a few more hits to his body and face while watching Ryan leave the party. Once he knew Ryan was safe, everything changed. Jerry started blocking punches and shoving Kevin away from everyone else. He taunted Kevin and lured him to the side of the house. Soon, they were all alone, and Jerry became serious. He blocked one of Kevin's punches, grappled him up close, and kneed him fiercely in the stomach. Air shot out of Kevin's lungs like a rocket, leaving him breathless and vulnerable. Then Jerry spun Kevin around and kicked him into the cement wall. He hit the rock-hard surface face first, feeling immense pain, dizziness, and blood dripping from his forehead and lip. After taking a moment to recover, he slowly turned around, but Jerry was gone. Vaughn came around the corner, saw the side fence door open, and ran toward it. Kevin tried saying something to Vaughn, but he shoved Kevin against the wall and continued on. Vaughn reached the front of the house and saw Jerry standing on the sidewalk. He tried calling out to him, but Jerry suddenly vanished. He completely disappeared like a magic trick. Not knowing what else to do, Vaughn went back to the party to stop fights, make everyone clean up, and go home. Cynthia was home in bed, watching TV and studying for her college nursing classes. She was comfortable in her purple pajamas and white shirt, but she was worried about Jerry. She kept her cell phone close, waiting for him to call. Then he abruptly appeared in her bedroom out of nowhere. She panicked and shrieked, "Ah! How in the... What did you... What happened to you?" Jerry was bleeding on the bedroom floor and breathing heavily. Within seconds, her mother called out to her, "Are you okay?" Cynthia hesitated for a moment and said, "Yeah, Mom, I'm fine." "What happened?" I saw a roach and it scared me, but I killed it." "Do you need help cleaning it up?" her mother asked. "No, Mom, I'm fine. I can handle it." "Okay, honey. Next time, try not to yell like that. I thought a burglar had broken into the house or something." Cynthia felt her mother might be psychic. It was almost as if she knew someone else was upstairs. Cynthia yelled back in reply, "Sorry, Mom." Cynthia quickly went to the bathroom, grabbed medical supplies, and hurried back to her room. She used cotton and tissue paper to dab Jerry's wounds and stop the bleeding. Then she used peroxide to clean the area, dried him with a towel, and applied bandages. Jerry was impressed by her medical knowledge, and Cynthia smiled, finally having a chance to practice her nursing skills. When her smile disappeared, she started grilling Jerry with questions. "What happened? Thought you were having fun at a party. And how did you appear in my room?" "The party went south. Everyone started fighting. Ryan escaped, but I got stuck in the middle of it." Cynthia angrily asked, "Why didn't Ryan help you?" "I told him to leave. It was too dangerous, and I knew I could handle it." "You call this handling it?" I hold back a lot. I don't like using my powers unless I really have to," Jerry replied. "You could have been badly hurt," Cynthia cried. "I'm sorry I worried you." Cynthia could tell that Jerry was sorry and that he was in pain. He was breathing heavily, as if coming down from an adrenaline rush. She decided to calm down and go a bit easier on him. "Who started the fight anyway?" "Kevin Baker did, along with the whole track team," Jerry answered. "Did all that happen because of the tryouts?" Jerry sighed and said, "Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have gone to tryouts or that stupid party." "And that still doesn't explain how you popped up in my bedroom." "Cynthia," Jerry said anxiously, "I managed to get away from the fighting, and all I wanted was to see you. I wanted to be with you so badly that I accidentally teleported here. I didn't even know I could do that. It took a lot out of me, but there's no other place I'd rather be than here with you." After hearing his explanation, she could no longer keep up the tough girl act and hugged him tightly. Then she whispered in his ear, "You can stay here the whole night. Just make sure you sneak out in the morning so my mom doesn't find out." Jerry felt relieved that Cynthia was so understanding and caring. She cleaned everything up and helped him into bed. They spent the rest of the night together, happily sound asleep. And that's it for chapter 5, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed it. Just wanted to let you know it's midnight where I live. I was going to go to bed early, but I felt bad. I hadn't made a video in a bit, so I really hope you enjoy it. That's the end of chapter 5, and next video will be chapter 6. Thank you all again so much. I appreciate you all. Have a good night.